Either inventory continues to go up and that would eventually cause demand to come down, which would bring our prices down, or demand in the face of high prices and high interest rates will continue. How's it going? My name is Christopher. I'm the owner of Halcyon Real Estate, affiliated with the Keller Williams Market Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. Today is the 20th of May, 2024. It's a little rainy outside, still spring. And this is the numbers and the nuance. This is the playlist that you come to every Monday or whenever it is that you're checking in on it throughout the week. We go over exactly what Utah's housing market looks like from week to week. And I'm tracking numbers right off the MLS, and I'll show you the trends and the numbers right off the MLS so you can be as well educated as I am about all this from week to week. What we always do is I'll give you my bird's eye, zoomed out view, my understanding of what the market looks like exactly and why it looks the way it does. That's what I call the nuance. And then I'll jump into just showing you the charts as I have them right off of the MLS. And that, of course, is the numbers. So what we have with last week's data is essentially a repeat of last week's video, and that's making for some interesting possible plot twists in our housing market that could be coming up here soon. But of course, we'll track it week to week and stay up on what's going on. But essentially, sellers are still confident in the increasing prices that they're asking for, and buyers are, in the face of increasing prices and in the face of interest rates that are high, planting their feet and saying, no, you gotta give me something. You gotta concede on price or closing costs or something, and that's reflecting in our numbers. So for another week, inventory shot up about another 300. That's great. Our average list price kind of stalled instead of continuing to run up and away. Our level of demand is still climbing or trending that way, and the number of price reductions on homes actively on the market that happen every week continues to climb up. Now, all those data sets cannot continue to travel in their respective directions indefinitely. One set or the other has to give. We cannot have a continuing increasing amount of inventory or supply and have demand stay level or continue to come up. Economics 101, right? Supply continues to go up, then demand will start to come down. It'll ease the amount of demand that we see, and vice versa. And so either inventory continues to go up and that would eventually cause demand to come down, which would bring our prices down, or demand in the face of high prices and high interest rates will continue solid and will continue up and continue to take big enough bites out of our inventory that it can't continue to rise. Let's look at these numbers. Okay, our inventory now sits at 8,843 available homes for sale in Utah. That's up, like I said, another 300 from the previous week, trending strongly up now. Our average days on market, the number of days that a home sits on the market before it accepts an offer and goes under contract, that jumped back down from its previous week to 44. This is trending down. Average list price this prior week came to $642,209. That's down from the previous week just a bit, keeping our uptrend very, very moderate at this point, and that's good. Our average sold price came to $632,932. That's down from last week, and so the difference between last week's average list price and last week's average sold price comes to $9,277 in the buyer's favor. That's down from the previous week, a little further away from zero difference between what sellers are asking for and what they're actually getting when sold. Number of homes sold last week came up a bit from the previous week to 562, trending strongly up still. The number of homes currently under contract comes to 5,450. That's up from the previous week by just a little, though we can see this seems to have really leveled out the last few weeks. Number of price reductions last week, we've broken 1,000. We got to 1,023, up again and continuing to trend up and accelerating that way. And finally, the number of listing contracts that were either canceled, expired, or withdrawn from the MLS this last week came to 239, up just a little from last week. Our trend line goes pretty sharply down from the beginning of the year, but if we take that New Year's Day plummet out, that first data point was on New Year's Day. If we take that out, we see this set has really just been very stable. And I'll just say again, the beginning of every month always sees a spike in this number, and the very beginning of any year will also see a high number, and that's why we have on New Year's Day, the high number that we have, and then it comes sharply down from there. Okay, that's it this week. So if you have any questions about anything I've presented, feel free to hit me in the comments. If you or anybody you know is thinking to sell or buy real estate here in Utah, especially Salt Lake County, Utah County, or Davis County, reach out to me and let me know. Hopefully you see that I know this market like the back of my hand and that I communicate decently, and I'll be more than happy to work with you, be on your team in the process of whatever you're doing with real estate here in Utah. And of course, as always, if you want to stay locked in on what Utah's housing market really truly looks like, just based on the data, looking at the numbers, there's not going to be a better way than to hit that subscribe and stay up on it all with me from week to week. Thanks for watching this week, guys. I'll see you in the next one.